Hey, what's happening, everybody? Just want to chat with you for a second. Let's chat it out. Locker room talk. Um, Lot going on, lot going on. So I want to give you some thoughts to consider about life, godliness, leadership, business, all that type of stuff. As you know, we're in a heavy season. Been in a season of righteousness for well over a year, almost 2 years now, and a part of that was wartime. Last July, God said, "Let's go to battle," right? Because in the spirit, this battle's been going on for ages, but it kind of picked up. You know what I mean? This whole war has been going on for ages, and it kind of picked up. Now there's a battle, so God enlists us to fight with Him in this particular part of the war, right? Because it's getting to the end here, and we have to create those conditions for Christ's return. Anyway, there's a couple things to talk about here because I need you to consider your level of endurance. I need you to consider your level of endurance. I need you to really think and look deep into your soul to your level of endurance. That's what I'm asking you to do. Um, Quite simply because what are we enduring? We are enduring conforming to the world in any way, shape, or form. We're conforming. That means in our language, in our look, in our activity, no matter what we're doing, whatever, no matter what we're working towards in our business, in our life, in our family, with our influence. That's why I said life, godliness, leadership, and business. It covers all those areas. But I don't want you to think about them as in areas because you guys know well enough that I don't think in areas. And so I'm encouraging you not to think in areas. I'm encouraging you not even to think in time because we're in eternity. I'm encouraging you to think in terms of space, effort, energy. See, I said something, when you're teaching, you have to the thing about teaching is one of the secrets to teaching, and for those of you that are teachers, or you pass information on to another, is you have to take what's familiar to teach what is unfamiliar. So the familiar language is time. Time is a familiar word that you use for a lot of things. The unfamiliar is effort, energy, space, seasons, purposes. Those are all unfamiliar terms. We've assigned our own meanings to those terms. Um, Satan has taken liberty to let us run with those meanings and also fuel the fire, gaslight those meanings. And what we have to understand here, Rascal Saints, is this is that if you're going to graduate from Rascal Saint to Saint Maker, you're working the will of God with other Saint Makers, right? Making Rascal Saints and then obviously developing Christ Masters. Little beginner disciples, right? Those who need to master Christ as they master them. You have to master this stuff. You have to look at your level of endurance and you have to say, yo, how long can I withstand the pressures of this world? Here's the best part. When you're learning righteousness, you're going down the path of righteousness for his name's sake, and you're in the fear of the Lord, your life is not your own. That means your strength is not your own, your endurance is not your own because you live through the faith of Jesus Christ. Then, if that's the case, John, then why would you ask me to check my endurance? Because I need you to check to see if you're doing it in your own power or if you're coming to the full understanding of this and then you're relying on God living through that understanding. That's what it truly means to trust the Lord your God with all your heart, lean not on your own understanding, in all your ways acknowledge him. He will direct your paths. You have to trust him with all your heart. So I am putting out this identifying Christ, right? Everything on Rascal Saints Revolution. Rascal Saints for short. But I'm putting out this identifying Christ. I'm, I'm segmenting, separating these conversations into different, I guess you can call them sections or brands. Your Rascal Saints Revolution, that's like the advanced discipleship development that you guys are used to. But you got fire hose from me. You got everything if you've been around for the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or more years. But now I'm encouraging you to do the same thing that I'm doing. Don't just let it don't just let it come out of you and just, oh, you're talented, you're gifted, you got something that God gave you to work with, and you're not going to take it serious and really get the down to the last mite, he says, to the utmost farthing. Like, don't take it seriously to, like, what I mean. And I don't mean, I'm trying to find the words. I don't mean don't take it seriously. I mean take it seriously. But what I'm trying to say is, don't take it seriously the way you're used to, the way that man taught us to take things seriously. It just taught us that, hey, you can go hard, but going hard really means you go harder than the next person, but you don't go hard to the full extent of meeting the fulfillment of what you are and what you have. Meaning, if I just go longer than the next person that I think I'm competing with, whether he's male or female in any sector, if I just do a little better than them, then I'm all right. How about we do what Jesus did? We expend ourselves. We expend ourselves completely. That's what I mean. Give you an example to help you kind of visualize what I'm communicating. With Christ Masters over the years, it's just the way it started. It was just a bunch of things, and eventually, I had to figure out some of this is for beginners, some of this is for intermediate, some of this is for advanced, and some of this is for saint makers, kingdom workers. You would call them fivefold. Kind of funny because my hand is at a five, right in front of the fivefold super crew. Signed, Ellie Mae. Now, that's why this is a locker room. Now, what I'm also saying is, you see me do this. You see me do this. You see me take it from very small Christ Masters, where it was just like, yo, you just coming out, just teaching this stuff, not really understanding how it needed to be structured, how the plans and systems need to be put in place. That's what I'm trying to say. You just got this thing, but you got a business, you got a family, you got finances, you got a life, but you don't got no systems. You got a life, but you're not applying strategy. You got a life, but you're not thinking about how to systematize it into systems that work for you so that you can put your energy, your effort, your space. Notice I didn't say time. Your energy, your effort, your space where it matters. But you have to start developing systems. Now, back to my example. So, Christ Masters then itself, even though Christ Masters is like the main thing, right? Christ Masters is the main thing, right? That's what it's called. It became a thing of like, yo, to identify with being just getting started. You're a believer now. Now your whole goal is to become a Christ master. How does that start? It starts as you learning to master Christ as he's mastered you, which is why the first level in my language is hopefully a language that we all adopt as we go forward. As long as you're learning it from me, is you have to adopt this language so you understand what I'm saying. It's Christ masters. Everybody has a chance to be a Christ master. That's why that is like, hey, here's where you start. Everybody's Christ master. Christ master's level is the beginning. You would think that somebody would say, oh, when you get to the end, you're a Christ master. No, when you're at the beginning, you're a Christ master, to the least of these. See, everything we do has to follow the same philosophy and mindset as Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ said the least of these are the greatest. So why would we give the greatest acknowledgement to the greatest? I know. It sounds like I'm rambling. It sounds like I'm coming from outer space, but I'm not. I'm coming from inside of his head, inside of his place. Now, you graduate to this middle level, like this middle level where you have to figure out life and godliness at the same time. You have to figure out how to get the spiritual knowledge of God's foundational truths to actually work in your life. And you have to figure out how to make your heart and your mind live by them. You have to make your heart and your mind commit to them. That's called being a disciple. That means when I say make your heart and your mind commit to them, that means you have to make decisions with this philosophy, with this way of life. It has to be your decision making system. Come on now, now we're talking. It has to be your decision making system. The faith of Jesus Christ has to be your decision making system. Now, when it becomes your decision making system, obviously everything that it does, as you stay consistent with it, will start to show up in your life through your heart, through your mind, through your soul, through your emotions, through how you deal with people, and then eventually it will start affecting your life outside of you. It'll affect the people, how they deal with you. It'll affect the people. It'll affect situations you can't even control. It'll affect what happens to you, good, tribulation, everything, because you made it your business to live the way. Because it's true with your entire life. So you get the results of that. That's exactly what's happening here on a micro level. You see, Rascal Saints was that, but it's like, whoa, there's a difference between training the doctrine, godliness, righteousness, doctrine, and helping people get lined up in their lives, covenant condition, right? Personally, emotionally, mentally, health wise, physically, fitness, right? Home and community, that's level two, right? You're talking about family, marital, parental. You're talking about siblings. You're talking about extended family. You're talking about reaching out into your community, friends, business, yeah, friends, some business partners. But watch this. This is one that we overlook. Friends, neighbors. See, when we hear that word neighbors in the scripture, we be thinking, oh, my brother and sister in Christ. I didn't even get to talking about this real greatest commandment, second greatest commandment, but here's a preview. Jesus Christ in the Sermon on the Mount said, if you love your friends and you keep giving to your friends, then what are you really doing? That's not really real test of this love of Christ. You need to do that to strangers. You need to do that to your enemies. And not just one time. Oh, cool. We just gonna agree to disagree. Oh, cool. We family. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, forgive you, forgive me. Mm-mm. Your enemy done went home that day. You wake up the next day and go to their house. Hey man, come on out with me. You send them a gift. You really try to win their heart. But I don't like you. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who they are. Neighbors, actual physical neighbors. There's a house outside that window. Those people moved in. We know their names. We talk to them. We wave at them. We actually stop and talk to them. Got neighbors across the street over on that side too. We know their names. You should know everybody in your neighborhood's names on your street, in your neighborhood. So watch, not just the houses you see. Walk around the corner and around the bend and find Thomas and his friends. That's what I'm trying to say. This is called living by the faith of Jesus Christ extending. Since Jesus just didn't do the disciples, right? He did the whole multitudes. He did the strangers, the orphans, the widows. He did the whole multitude. He did the Pharisees, the ones that thought they was righteous and religious. He did the business people. He did the least of them, the poor ones. He stopped on the side of the road, walking down the street with two people, and then went to their house because they asked him to. Emmaus. He stopped by the lepers. Oh, y'all, there's 10 of y'all jokers right here. What's up with y'all? All right, now you go to the priest, but only one came back. Only one knew who the real high priest was. I know, but I don't want to get too far into those type of conversations just yet. I'm trying to give you something to work with, like, practically. I don't want you to work too hard to try to figure out what I'm trying to say. Try to keep it simple. And in my life, I'm trying to simplify even more. So what about, I know I haven't got through the example yet, but you see, that's why it says Rascal Saints Advanced Discipleship Development Revolution. Because that's going to cause a revolution in the kingdom. That kingdom come, that will be done on earth as it is heaven. That's a revolution. We don't need revival. We need revolution. Kirk Franklin was right all them years ago before Kirk Franklin got kind of where he's at right now. But all those years ago, Kirk Franklin was right. Now, locker rooms. This is a different type of talk. You see, Saint Makers ain't even here yet. That's future. That's probably years down the road, and God willing that happens. Because I would love to, for some of you to raise up to that level and work with you in His kingdom and find others around the world that kingdom. But right now, this is where we're at. We're reaching others, but in your own life, okay, where you're at, are you personally doing the hard work? The hard work, the hard work, because the hard work is hard work. To write that one down. Haven't said that in a long time. That's the real hard work. For real. Now, that's what I'm saying. On life, godliness, leadership. That's what I mean. You're having good conversations. Are you able to problem solve, resolve conflict? You might have tension, but are you resolving those conflicts? You may have financial issues, but are you getting up every day looking into the world to find out what will solve your issue? We talk, Shala and I've been talking a lot about alignment, the formula, purpose. I'm like, purpose. I don't like the word purpose. I really don't like the word purpose. The way man uses it. His purpose, because it's been used against you. That's why. It's been used against you. The devil done twisted that thing now to where you can't even understand that it's not purpose, it's design. And you have to tap into your design. Once you agree with your design, then you understand you don't have many talents, you have one gift. That one gift then can be applied. And the real talent is things like hard work, concentration, focus, effort, consistency, discipline. That's the main one. Discipline. It's not, oh, I can produce this and do that or do this or make music or write or sing or whatever, organize or lead, speak, play. The real talents is discipline. The real talents is focus. The real talents is concentration. The real talents is kindness. The real talents is tolerance. The real talents is endurance. Ooh, y'all think I'm playing? Oh, I'm not playing. Oh my God, I got the scriptures just sitting on the screen. I just looked over one of this real talent part, and let me tell you, I'm gonna just prove it real fast. Screen's gonna not gonna look perfect, but I'm gonna just share it anyway. I'm gonna just share it anyway. It's not gonna look perfect, but we're just gonna share it anyway. Okay? Look at that. Ephesians 4:1, because this is where I was and where I've been at, working on some things in the background. Um, But look at that. I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that you walk worthy of the vocation where you're called. See, we're talking about purpose. He said vocation. That's why I don't like the word purpose. He didn't say walk worthy with a purpose worthy if you were called, the vocation where you were called. Okay. With all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love. Hold on a second. The real talents, lowliness, meekness, long suffering, forbearing. Ooh, that's a talent. Forbearing's a real one. And that we don't even talk about forbearing. Go look it up. And it says one another in love. Endeavoring. Ooh, that's a talent. Endeavoring. Hmm. Who know about endeavors? But see, I said endurance, but really that's what I'm really talking about here in this locker room with y'all is endeavoring. You may be enduring, feel like you're enduring, but then you're waning, you're fainting. But are you endeavoring? Because see, when the pressure comes, Proverbs 24, your adversity. If you faint in the day of adversity, your faith is small. But is the faith of Jesus Christ that we have, is it small? No, it's not. So why are we fainting? It says, endeavoring to keep the unity of the spirit and bond of peace. Those are the real talents. Those are the real talents. You see this down here, verse 7? But unto every one of us is giving grace according to the measure of the gift of Christ. These are the real talents. Okay? All right, let me get this off the screen before I get too scripture happy. But Proverbs 24. The faith of Jesus Christ is not small. We have the faith of Jesus Christ, but yet we faint. Isaiah 40, right? Mount up with wings of eagles. God gives strength to those that have no might, right? Walk, run, weary, not faint, all that stuff. If you're really that stuff, then why are you fainting? We should not faint, right? Because we'll go reap in due season. Galatians 6. I know I'm not really clearly quoting the scriptures right now, but y'all with me. Locker room. It's there. You know it's there. Pick up on what I'm laying down. Come on now. Those are the real talents, lowliness, meekness, endeavoring. That's different than endurance. Endeavoring is different than endurance, Lord. Endeavoring. Anyway, endeavor. That's the ooh, we gonna be on it. Anyway, this is locker room talk. You got to endeavor in your business. And I'm not talking about the Lord's business. I'm talking about this marketplace. I'm talking about this marketplace. You got to play like MP, military police, marketplace, MP, marketplace, military police. You got to stand guard. You got to watch. You got to spring into action. Okay, when things marketplace, you got to learn how to command resources. You got to learn how to deal with people. You got to make network connections. We've been down here now for coming up on it's a year, going into year two. Excuse me. It's a lot of time that went bad. We're about to go into year two. We about to start making connections. We about to start doing work. We about to start doing internal work with Kingdom and friends and partners. But we're about to start meeting some external people that don't even match us in the marketplace. Now, the marketplace is not always financial. It's also nonprofit as well. Some places where nonprofit organizations that include churches. Churches are part of the marketplace. When I say marketplace, I need you to think of everything outside of your house, home, neighborhood, community, and your close personal friends. Everything else is the marketplace. Now, whether you are working from home, reaching from home, or you're leaving your house and going back and forth in and out of your house, doesn't matter whether you're using the internet or whether you're going in person or a hybrid, a combination of the two. You got to get to the point to where you are interacting with the marketplace every single day for reasons and goals. Because reasons and goals. But there's a formula to that. How do I take my gift out there, make room, not talent, gifts? All right, I'm gonna give you a bonus round, and I'm gonna get out of here. Um, Before we get to this bonus round, though, let me let you know I am migrating the original Rascal Saints channel that got all jacked up by YouTube because it was like messing up my videos and giving me YouTube strikes and all this other stuff. I'm migrating all the series that I've done over to a new one, a new Rascal Saints channel that's exactly the same. I had to duplicate it, but it's a new channel. So you're gonna have to resubscribe when I put that link out. I'm just letting you know that now. So those of you that are subscribed already to Rascal Saints, you're gonna have to resubscribe to the new Rascal Saints channel, which is really the same channel. All of the videos that were previously done will be over there, so you won't be missing anything. It won't mess up your development or anything like that. You'll be able to find the same exact videos on that channel. It'll all be over there. Everything will work out just fine. And for those of you doing the beginner, intermediate, foundational lessons, uh, Christ Masters channel is coming out too here. Like I said, late it'll be late summer, be probably about August, but it'll be up, okay? Or sooner, but it'll probably be about August, and we'll have some stuff up there. So you can point all the people that have questions or whatever. You guys know. You can point them to the channel, they can subscribe. Uh, People all over the place. I know that you guys know plenty of people that want to be a part of the channel. Even reach out to me to be a part of the channel, and I have people that are like, "Yo, can you please put this on YouTube?" So that'll be up on August in August. It'll be something respectable. Reason why it takes a little while is because I actually apply what I'm telling you now. Endeavoring, carefulness about this life and this business, godliness and this leadership, because I don't want to just put it together if I'm not going to stay consistent and disciplined. See? Talent. I got the gift. I'm supposed to be on these mics. I'm supposed to be on this communication. That's what I do. I'm a leader. I'm a communication is my gift. Leadership is also my gift, but communication and leadership influences my gift. Education is how I manifest that gift. It's one way I manifest that gift, but that's the gift that I have. I have the gift of leadership. So with that gift of leadership, I have to communicate, influence, educate, inspire, motivate, counsel, facilitate, coach, be an example, lead. So that's what I'm doing. And problem solve and a bunch of other things. But I'm challenging you, just even an example, when you hear me say that, you see me on the video right now. Do you know your gift that well? Do you know what gift you have and how it applies in the different ways it applies? That's part of the formula. You have one gift, and that one gift can go into the marketplace and fit in many, many, many different ways. The ways are not talents. They're just ways you can use your gift in the marketplace. And if you can identify your one gift, we call that value here over in Rascal Saint Covenant Condition Coaching World. We call that value. Then you can tap into virtue, which is the execution of that gift, the power of that gift, that value and virtue. Okay. And if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, right? Think on these things, right? The one that called you, the glory and virtue, right? By nature. Try not to connect all the scriptures right now, keeping it simple. But this is the high level stuff. Follow the example is what I'm trying to say. All right, that was your bonus round. Just told you about the gift, right? One gift applies to the marketplace in many ways. That's a secret. A lot of people don't know that. And then they try to get you to do this and do that and do this and do that. But discipline requires focus and concentration, which are the real talents. Who can concentrate? Who can focus? Who can be disciplined? To the most disciplined goes the spoils. Labor, that's another talent. Work. Now, work is a gift. That was given to all men. That's one of the original gifts. Anyway, that whole gift set conversation is going to come down the pipe. All right. But I hope that helps. But I need you to get, if you can't, if you don't know how to do finances, get with people who do. Learn it. Hire somebody if you need to. Get some books. If you don't know conflict resolution and how to talk better and resolve your arguments and your disputes, and get some books on it. I got a few good recommendations. Oh my God. If you don't know how to control your mind, get mental health help. Okay. Yes, you could talk to someone like me who's like a mental health person or a pastor or whatever, but seriously, go get a professional if you feel like it's really at that point. Don't silently suffer from things. You don't need to do that. Children, you need help with your children? You need to learn how to parent better. That just means you need to learn how to reach. You need to learn how to not reach, but yes, reach. Respect your children as people. Yes, you have authority over them. Yes, you're the parent, but you can never forget that they are also people. They're just little people who you have responsibility for. So you have to learn as a parent how to respect their person. Oh, you'll be happy about little Susie's personality, little Jimmy's personality. From the time they was kids, they got personality. Yeah, until that personality becomes an actual person and starts freely thinking, and then all of a sudden they free thinkers now. They preteens. They teenagers don't exist. They're young ladies. They're young men now. They're freely thinking. They're supposed to do what you say. Yes, they are. But there's a way to get it across to them in a way that they will respond. So you got to start respecting them as people. See, the parenting, marriage, that's the real one. Listen, I'm giving a locker room because all this stuff is happening right now in the kingdom, in the mind of God. All this stuff is happening in the mind of God. Why do we only talk about doctrine all the time? Because that's the most important thing. And if you don't have that, there's no way you can understand these things in the mind of God and get a grip on them. The doctrine is going to give you the discipline. Come on, didn't we just talk about that? Oh, wait, they didn't see it. Didn't we just talk about that? Identifying Christ? Plus two, there's another stemming conversation about the love of God that's coming down. That's what I'm referring to. I'm recording those right now. But I'm giving you guys time to watch those identifying Christ. I don't push the ante to say watch a lot. I don't do that. But sometimes there's these seasons. Y'all remember where God pulls, he's come away with me. Now, months ago, I said it on one of these locker room videos to you guys. I said, the Lord said, just talk. No holds barred. This is war. Say what we gonna just say it. Don't think about their faces, ears, none of that, heart, none of that. Say what we need to say because we gotta fight. Fighting for the souls. Man. And I told y'all these seasons don't come around that often, but they make me excited now. Before I didn't know what to do with them because I didn't understand how to be a co-laborer. I didn't understand what was going on, but now I understand what's going on. I know what the stakes are. It's high stakes. The highest stakes. So it ain't no jokes. I'm just gonna say what needs to be said. Accountability is necessary. You have to make yourself accountable to someone, something. You can't be flying by night. Okay, yeah, you listen to a book, you read a book. You got to find people though. You got to have people. You got people that are better than you at what you're trying to get better at, and you got to humble yourself and go get around them. Go find them. They don't got to be related to you. Put yourself around those people. Put them around those places, those things. It's time for us to start mastering life and godliness. That's what time it is, because the war is still on. And this battle right now, this battle is going to be over, but the victory of this particular one little battle in this eternal war is going to go to somebody on some side, light or dark. We need to start racking up some victories. We can't just be sitting here waiting for the eternal victory, which is the end all. We got to do the work because there's souls at place. Y'all remember when they said the hunting souls, soul hunter, hunting souls, devil's hunting souls, God's hunting souls. All the souls are God's, but the devil keeps stealing them. All right. I'm getting too fired up. This is just supposed to be a locker room. Now we done win Saint Maker. We done win Saint Maker and Unchained it. And so I'm good. I'm gonna leave y'all with that. But look, recap. Focus on the gifts. Get accountable. Look at your problems. Look at your situations. Remember, start learning how to establish systems. Get some books on it. Go on YouTube. Read about this stuff. You need business systems. You need home systems. You need organizational systems. You need systems of how to organize and personally manage yourself. All that stuff. If you really need help understanding this, call me. Reach out to me. Message me. Video call, whatever. We'll work it out. We'll have the conversations. You need to ask personal questions about your situation. You just need a mind to help you think through it and strategize. Then let's do it, because the kingdom is at stake. And guess what? Your whole entire life and everyone and everything in it is a part of this kingdom. All right, that's it. I'm gonna talk to y'all in a little bit, but yeah, watch that Identifying Christ series. And, I'll keep y'all posted on all these YouTube stuff and when that's all up and everything, and when this new series starts to release it and everything. But if you subscribe to the new channel when I put the link out in a week or two, it's gonna be probably a week or two. But I'll give you another reminder. You'll have access to all of that stuff too. So, all right, I'm out of here. I'll talk to y'all later. About to go do more of this work. Hope you follow my example. See you later.